Hello and welcome back to Music Tots Online. Are you ready to do some singing? Here's our first song. It's Dingle Dangle Scarecrow. Everybody go to sleep. When all the cows were sleeping and the sun had gone to bed, up jumped the Scarecrow, and this is what he said. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this. I can shake my feet like that. Back to sleep. When all the hens were roosting and the moon behind the cloud, up jumped the scarecrow and shouted very loud. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this. I can shake my feet like that. One more time. The dogs were in the kennel and the doves were in the loft. Up jumped the scarecrow and whispered very soft. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this. I can shake my feet like that. Are you ready for your next song? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go fishing. Fishing rods in the water. Reel it in. Reel it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. Oh, my poor finger. Shall we find out what's next? It's If You're Happy and You Know It. Are you ready? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3, clap, stamp, nod. If you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3, clap, stamp, nod. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, 2 or 3, clap, stamp, nod. Fantastic. What's our next song going to be? It's Miss Polly. Can you get your dollies? Miss Polly had a dolly who was sick, sick, sick. So she phoned for the doctor to be quick, quick, quick. The doctor came with his bag and his hat, and he knocked on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat. He looked at the dolly and he shook his head, and he said, Miss Polly, put her straight to bed. He wrote on a paper for a pill, pill, pill. I'll be back in the morning, yes I will. Good morning, doctor. Okay, one more song. It's 5 currant buns, but as it's our last one before Christmas, let's sing 5 mince pies instead, and Santa will come for them. Are you ready? 5 mince pies in a baker's shop, round and fat with sugar on the top. Along came Santa with a penny one day, bought a mince pie and put it away. How many pies are left? 4. 4 mince pies in a baker's shop, round and fat with sugar on the top. Along came Santa with a penny one day, bought a mince pie and put it away. How many pies are left? 3. 3 mince pies in a baker's shop, round and fat with sugar on the top. Along came Santa with a penny one day, bought a mince pie and put it away. How many pies are left? 2. 2 mince pies in a baker's shop, round and fat with sugar on the top. Along came Santa with a penny one day, bought a mince pie and put it away. How many pies are left? 1. 1 mince pie in a baker's shop, round and fat with sugar on the top. Along came Santa with a penny one day, bought a mince pie and put it away. How many pies are left? None. No mince pies left in that baker's shop. Right then, it's time to go over to story time. I'll see you there in just a minute. Okay, welcome to story time. Let's look at our advent calendar and see what our story is about today. Now today is the 18th of December, so we need to find number 18. Here it is. Let's open it up. Inside is a star. A star, what could our story be? Oh, I know. It's the story of 3 wise men, or the wise men with the 3 gifts. So far in the story, we've had the angel visiting Mary and Joseph. We've had Mary and Joseph travelling to Bethlehem and Jesus being born. We've had the shepherds, the angel visiting the shepherds, and the shepherds visiting baby Jesus. And now we are out in the east, where the wise men live. Now these men are called wise men because they're very wise, and they study the stars in the sky. They know each and every star. But one night, they spotted a new bright star in the sky. And because they know every star, they knew that this one was new and an important one. So they followed the star. They knew what it meant. They knew that a new king had been born, that the Saviour had been born. And they followed it, and it came to a palace. And in that palace lived a king named Herod. And of course, the wise men thought, well, a new king has been born. It makes sense that he's in the palace. So they went in and they asked Herod, where is the newborn king of the Jews? Now, this made Herod very angry because he wanted to be the only king. But Herod was a smart man too. And he pretended that he was absolutely fine with it. He said to the wise men, go, find the new king. And when you find him, return and tell me where he is, because I want to worship him too. But of course, that wasn't the truth. Herod didn't want to worship Jesus. He wanted to kill him. So Herod let the wise men go, and they continued following the star. And eventually, the star came to where Jesus was. And they worshipped Jesus. They gave him gifts fit for a king. They gave him gold. They gave him frankincense. And they gave him myrrh. One night, whilst the wise men were asleep, an angel came and visited them. He said, "Do not go back to Herod. Herod does not want to worship Jesus." So when the wise men returned home, they went a different way, made sure not to go anywhere near the palace. And that is where the story of the birth of Jesus comes to an end. So now we're going to go over to craft time. We're going to get very messy. So I hope you're ready. See you there in a minute. Okay, welcome to craft time. Now, as I've already said, this craft is going to be very messy. So you need to make sure if you've got an apron, put it on and roll up your sleeves. I'm just going to take my watch off just in case. It's also not going to be able to be done in one day. So it's going to take you a few days to do this one. But what you need is a yogurt pot or some sort of small pot, piece of string, some sellotape, some newspaper or regular paper or magazine paper, any kind of paper really, and some paste. And to make paste, you can do this in two ways. You can use flour and water, or you can use glue and water. Mine is PVA glue and water. You can see it's all sticky. That's what's going to make it all messy. So the first thing we need to do is we need to put our string onto our yogurt pot. So we're going to do that with a bit of sellotape. I'm just going to tape the string to the outside edges of my pot. Doesn't matter what size your yogurt pot is, any size you like, whatever size you've got. It could be a little one or a big one. What we're making is one of the wise men's gifts. We're doing it so we can hang it on the tree. Now, for your newspaper, you need to rip it up into little pieces. So I'm just going to rip a few pieces off. And we're going to glue and stick it all around our yogurt pot. And normally with glue, I tell you to just do the edges. But actually with this one, because we're doing paper mache, we need to stick all over, making sure we get the edges. So your mat, your table, whatever you're using is going to get messy. So make sure it gets cleaned afterwards. Sticking it all the way around. Now the first piece I'm going to put on right around where I've just stuck the string. And that's because as this dries, it will harden. It will make sure that string won't come off even if the sellotape loosens. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple of pieces. Making sure it goes all the way around. And you can see I've stuck it right around the string. The next piece I'm going to stick over the top, in between the string. Okay. Fantastic. Now you need to do it so that you've got 2 or 3 layers that completely cover the pot. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do that. So here is one that I made a couple of days ago, which has dried and is very hard. So what I need to do now is turn it over. We're going to cover the whole this time. So we need some slightly bigger pieces of paper for this one. The first one I'm going to do, I'm not going to cover completely with glue. And make sure it's big enough cover the hole. I'm going to put some glue this time around the top edge of the pot. If you don't have one with the top edge, that's fine, because I'm also going to put the glue around the edge underneath the pot, underneath where the lip is. And that will help me stick this piece of paper on. I'm going to put that on and fold it round. And my hands are now very sticky because I've just touched the glue, but that's fine. Then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take some smaller pieces and just make an extra couple of layers on the top, just like we did before, covering completely with glue and folding round. Again, I'm not going to make you watch me do all of this. So once I've done this piece, you can see exactly what I'm doing. Just folding it round and making sure there's a good couple of layers on the top. So you should have a couple of layers on this pot. Turn it over, have a couple more layers, and then you need to put that aside to dry. Once it's complete, it will look something like this. And you can hear it is hard. Now this piece we're going to cover with a different kind of paper. You can do this after Christmas Day. The reason we're going to do it after Christmas Day is because hopefully you'll get some lovely presents. And they'll be wrapped in wrapping paper. Instead of throwing your wrapping paper away, you can use it to cover our pot. Exactly the same as you did before. Gluing all around your paper and sticking it on. Making sure you have a good couple of layers. Nope, you only need one layer for this one. Making sure you have a good layer, making sure it goes all the way around and completely covers everything. Again, I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. I'm just going to do the front so that you can see what it could look like. Okay. And of course, we'll need to do the front. You'll need to do the bottom as well, and the back and the top. But ultimately, that is what it will look like. Your gift fit for a king. And as we've got the string on it, you'll be able to hang it up on your Christmas tree. That is our craft for this week, and that is it for Music Tots up until Christmas. Now next week, obviously on Friday, next week it is Christmas Day. On Thursday it is Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Eve we always have a family service at church. So keep your eyes peeled on Facebook to see what we're doing this year. I'll see you later. Have a lovely Christmas. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.